I think maybe even Dirty Jersey Rat. Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song. When Big Van Vader announced that he had 2 years to live, I thought he was still living in Colorado. So I sent him a message on Twitter and I said, hey, is anyone documenting your life for these next 2 years?
Okay, this is how this starts. This is where I really wanted to, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so what was that? That was probably 2014, because I think we went to the WrestleMania in 2015. We went to that WrestleCon. So Vader said, no one's, I got no one documenting my life. Here, send me an email. And I sent him an email. I started talking to him, and I was like, hey, yeah, let's get together. I can come up to where you are. I believe you're in Boulder. And he was like, no, I'm in Dallas. I live with my son. Ooh. And I was like, fuck. Well, this isn't going to work as well anymore. Yeah. But we started talking, and we built up a relationship over the phone. And he would open up to me about things. And I was like, I really want to try and follow you while you're doing things, because he was doing a lot of things. He was still traveling a lot, going out, mostly just independent promotions and stuff like that. And like I said, this was right before WrestleMania in Orlando. So I grabbed one of my guys who's a camera guy, and we flew to Orlando. We met up with Leon. They were staying at a Hyatt where WrestleCon was happening. WrestleCon is where all the old and some, current wrestlers are all signing autographs and getting up on a stage and doing question and answer. And Leon Vader, who's Vader's real name, he had by far one of the biggest lines, because people had known that, he announced that he was dying. And yeah, we were going to, do this whole thing where we were going to do a Kickstarter to do a documentary on Big Van Vader's life. I got to go there, and then I met him when he went to go visit Harley Race, because he did something with Harley Race's promotion in St. Louis, which I think was like 12 hours from me. So I went, me and my wife, actually. My wife was a camerawoman for that, and she helped me out. So I had footage from that, and I had footage from Orlando, and I had done some other things, and we put together a little teaser for a documentary. It wasn't even finished, but Vader was so excited about it, he just tweeted it out. I even said, Leon, do not share this. It's not done. And then he shared it, and quite honestly, it didn't get the kind of attention I thought it would. Then after that, I started going over the Kickstarter thing, and Leon was not the easiest person to work with. He could be the sweetest guy in the world, but you could also see where the big monster guy was. And you could see why people might have a hard time working with Vader.
Was he paranoid?
So one of the things I had in my budget was my cameraman had a Sony FS7 camera. And, as someone who's worked in production, it's much better to get the same kind of camera if you're doing multiple cameras. And I wanted to get another camera. Now, this camera is like $7,000. Plus, you need like some lenses and stuff. And Vader was like, brother, why do we need to get a camera? I'm like, well, it's a documentary. Mm-hmm. And he's like, can't we just rent cameras? And I'm like, well, you're in Dallas. And if your son calls me and says, hey, dad's been rushed to the hospital, you got to get on a flight here right now. I can't go, oh, well, I got to go rent a camera or,
Right.
It was just, it was a basic thing, yes. Could we have used our iPhones? Probably. They weren't as good as they are now, but yes, in the grand scheme of things, you can. And I think he just worked with so many shitty promoters and liars over the years. He thought I was another one of those people, even though I never did. I put up my own money to go to Orlando, to go to St. Louis, all the things we had done to gather footage for the trailer. I had paid my own money for. I never asked Leon for any money. I told him with the Kickstarter, I was like, this is just to create a documentary so I can follow you around for 2 years. And, either you're going to die or you'll still be alive, and we'll we'll figure out what the ending. Because he was always like, well, what if I don't die? Because he was like always wondering about the ending. And I was like, well, the ending is whatever the ending is. It turns out he did. I believe he did die in those 2 years. But yeah, he became incredibly difficult to work with, and quite honestly, it brought a lot of anxiety to my life and unneeded stress.
Yeah.
Because I had enough things going on. Because he would always just be. Because I would plan on phone conversations with him, and then he wouldn't pick up. And then he would go, brother, what happened? I thought we were going to get on the phone together. And I'd be like, well, I mean, I called you 3 times, Leon. I don't know what you want me to do. He's like, no, you called me too late or something. Because we lived in different time zones too. And he could never, like, it was just a big mess. And, but he was a very nice man. And at the end, I was just like, Leon, I'm not the right person for this project. I can't do it.
So what happened to all that footage?
So I still have it. I mean, most of it went to the teaser. Well, I mean, actually, so WrestleCon, I believe, was 2 days after or maybe it was 3 days, because I think on the second day, or maybe it was after the first day, Leon was asked to leave because he got into an altercation with the security. And I wasn't even around. Okay, so here's what happened. This is actually kind of funny. I went upstairs to our room to get some extra batteries, right? And I get in an elevator. Oh, no. And so I hit the elevator button, and out of the elevator is Leon's son, Jesse, who was also a wrestler. I think he wrestled in NXT, possibly. His name.
I don't know if he made it up there or not.
Did he ever? I don't know what he did.
I don't know if he made it that far, but yeah, I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, during this time, he was dating the ring announcer girl who ended up with Bray Wyatt. What's her name?
Oh, yeah. What was her name, Jake? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Black chick.
Yeah, Jasmine, something with a J.
Something like that. Yeah. But Vader's son was dating her at the time, and he was going to ask her to marry him at this WrestleMania. It turned out he didn't do it, and then months later, it turned out that she was cheating on him with Bray Wyatt. Wow. That's a whole thing. I have Vader talking about their relationship.
Wow, that's
JoJo.
JoJo Offerman.
JoJo, yes, that was her.
And it wasn't NXT; it was FCW, which was the precursor to NXT. So it was the NXT of the time.
Okay, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was involved with something because he was definitely dating her, and he even had the ring. He brought it to Orlando, and I think Vader said to his son, because he said to me, he was like, I've told Jesse, man. He's like, I don't think it's a good idea to ask this girl to marry him. And it turns out he didn't. So I'm going upstairs to go get a battery. I leave Leon. He's sitting in his chair signing autographs. And it maybe took 5 minutes to get to the elevator. Out of the elevator is Jesse in a panic. He goes, my dad is being arrested. And wait. Oh, no. Okay. Here's what happened. I went upstairs and got a battery, and I go back in the elevator, and it's just me and Jeff Jarrett in an elevator. We get to the lobby, and when the elevator's doors open, that's when Jesse sees me and goes, hurry, my dad's being arrested. And Jeff Jarrett, and I remember because Jeff Jarrett turns to me and goes, that's never good. And I just ran out of the elevator with Jesse. So I have footage from my cell phone camera of me and Jesse running up to Vader as he's being questioned by the cops. And they threw him out of the hotel, and they said, yeah, you got to leave. You can't be here anymore. So Vader had plans to go to Fort Lauderdale. There was this place that he loved to vacation. And Vader had a sweetheart in Florida, and she was going to come and spend some time with him. And so I was like, Leon, I'll rent a car, and I'll just drive you to Fort Lauderdale. If we can just, put a GoPro in the car and we can talk the whole way. So I do have about 3 hours of footage of me talking to Vader, and he's just telling stories of wrestling and all that kind of crap. But I mean, there's nothing really that crazy. I always thought his mind would go before his heart. I mean, there's footage where he's just in the middle of a conversation and he just falls asleep for about a minute, and then he pops back up and he finishes the conversation right where he left off. It was very interesting. That kind of stuff was kind of interesting, but
I'd be interested to see that.
yeah, I have to go through it. I mean, I did edit some of it, but once I was kind of done with the documentary, I didn't really do much with it. So yeah, so I'm just kind of sitting on it. You know,
So what did he get arrested for? Do you remember?
He didn't get arrested. So
Okay.
what? So that okay? Good questions. Because yes, I was not. I was like, God damn it! We've been sitting here for like 8 hours or however long we were at WrestleCon for all day, like from the morning until the afternoon. I'm like, nothing's happened. All that's been happening is people coming up to Leon and telling him how they love him, all this shit. I literally go upstairs and get a battery for 10 minutes, and I come down and his son is like, he's getting arrested. He's getting arrested.
That's the one scene missing. You're like, son of a bitch.
Right. The only story I could get out of Leon was that he was going to the bathroom and he had passed a security guard who kind of bumped into Leon. And I guess Leon thought the security guard was trying to take liberties or some shit. So Leon pushed the security guard. It was such nothing. But that's the kind of guy that Leon, I guess, was. Like, he was always like being a pain in the ass.
I like the Jeff Jarrett line. That's never good.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jeff.
I'll never forget that because he just goes, that's
yeah.
never good.
Yeah. A wild slapnuts appears. Exactly.
Dude, it was so funny too because I remember getting on the elevator and he was on, and I just went to the other corner and I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm in an elevator with Jeff Jarrett.
As long as you have a guitar.
Yeah. And then before I could process it, Jesse Vader's son is in a panic. And yeah, that's never good.
Yeah, that's great.
Big fan, sir, but I gotta go.
Yeah. Good timing with the story with his documentary on Dark Side of the Ring just aired on Tuesday, and then it finishes up this Tuesday. That's funny.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that, but I heard
they just aired. I saw the first 2 episodes. They're pretty good.
Are they good? Yeah, I would definitely. I would check it out. He seems to have an interesting life.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a good storyteller too. And as I was watching it, you're like, yeah, I don't know how much of this is real or not, but it's entertaining. I'm entertained by this. Yeah.
Okay,
I can see you in the elevator though. If he's got the guitar, you're like, oh no. Oh no.
Shout out Dirty Jersey Red. Go sub this channel.
Do it, you're gay.
Yes, do it or you're gay.